guys still be my friends if instead of Joshua Karenka, my name was Kashua Jarenka?
No. I enjoy saying Karenka too much. Karenka.
Gosh.
What was the thing that my brother was telling me, like, on Reddit? He was like, do you think Kobe Bryant would still be famous if his name was Bobby Bryant or something?
Bobby.
And I just
Bobby's
laughed.
catchy.
I just laughed for like 5 minutes straight, and I was just like, I got that idea. Anyway,
Yes.
so should we start for real?
Yeah, go ahead.
Should I intro it?
Yeah, intro it.
Welcome to Cadmium Dread.
With your hosts, Mimi Nguyen and Joshua Karenka. And joining us today is...
The illustrious and wonderful Katie Fortune.
Oh, wait, where?
Woohoo.
Illustrious. Wonderful.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Talented and
shut up before I reach over this table.
and a bully.
Yes, there you go.
That is how he described you. I
I-
was like, give me the 5-minute, everything I need to know
You weren't
about.
supposed to tell her that, but okay.
Look, I only bully him because he likes it.
That's true. It makes it very funny when we get outsiders overhearing it.
Oh my god, yeah. When we were at that show,
At
and
the
like,
ghost show,
and
yeah.
those boys were like, what the fuck is going
Like
on?
they literally like turned to us and was like, "Are you guys okay?" Yeah.
Yeah, we're fine. It's great. But yes, here I am. I'm
Yeah.
also here.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yes. Thank you for inviting me to
Yeah.
talk. You'll regret it soon. But...
Nah. Sure, we'll have many laughs and many good stories.
Hmm.
I guess to sort of introduce Katie, who I call Fortune, so get used to that. We worked together at MZ, so we met there, and I guess we bonded over our mutual fandom of Ghost.
Yeah,
the
that
band.
and Kiari Pami Pami.
And Kiari Bami Bami, yeah. When I started posting every time our PM had candy at her desk, I would just post a link to Candy 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 by Kiari Pami Pami.
And I just like DM'd him. I was like, "Excuse me."
Yeah. I think we have tastes in common.
Yes.
You mentioned the pop singer, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
J-pop
mentioned-
singer.
yeah, you
when we were
mentioned
talking
her
about music in the
In
other
one of our
episode.
episodes, but it got lost. So
Oh,
there you
that's
are,
right.
mentioning her again. Yeah.
Okay, so bringing that back
Bringing it
from
back.
Lost Audio.
Yeah.
Everybody listen to Kiari Pami Pami.
Yes, she's great. I love her.
Yeah, we've seen her in concert
Really?
twice.
I've seen her. Yeah. Did we go together both times? I think we did.
I think we did.
Yeah. that was
We've
cool.
gone to me and Katie have gone to a lot of concerts together.
Yeah. We're like concert buds.
Yeah.
Which
good.
is good. Because
Yeah.
I even dragged him to one that you hadn't even heard of. But you enjoyed it.
Are we talking about Warduna?
Yeah.
That no, that was a really cool concert.
Yeah. That was...
Very I would describe it as striking.
Mm.
It was the most striking concert I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Because I've been watching I started watching Norseman on Netflix.
Oh, how's that?
It's funny.
It's funny?
It's a parody of Vikings.
Oh, okay.
So
I
it's
didn't know it
like-
was a parody.
Yeah, it's actually really funny.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I've also never listened to or watched Vikings.
Mm.
I'm bad at watching TV shows. But the music, they'll pop in with like some actual like Norse sounding music. It always reminds me of that concert.
Well, so in Vikings, they have a lot of actual war drone music, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like from like the band.
Yeah, the band has
That's
done music for the show.
Fucking awesome.
I know. They have a cameo. One of
cool.
the
Oh.
main guy has a cameo in the show. Anyway.
Oh.
Like how Ed Sheeran was in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, just like that.
Kind
There's so
of.
much Ed Sheeran music in Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
So
all over.
We're doing it just to let Mimi know. We're doing as a sort of they're like
Viking metal.
It's not even metal. No,
Yeah.
it's just
Oh, okay.
when Katie first was like, "You want to go see this like it's like Viking music," and I imagined Viking metal, and then I listened to it, and it's like, no, it's just Viking music.
Yeah.
Like they have
That's
all like
cool.
the traditional like the horns and the drums and like singing in Viking whatever.
In Viking
Whatever.
tongue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know,
It's-
like Swedish or something.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really, and it's like relaxing. They have a
Yeah.
lot of like naturey sounds in there too, like
Mm.
rain and like ravens and thunder.
There was just the image of the two guys with the enormous like long
God, that was
horns.
so
I was
cool.
like, I still have to paint that. That's
Yeah.
it's so cool.
One of the guys in the band is like this really old man, Oh my god, it was awesome. Just
And
like
he was the one who had the most variety.
Yeah.
And we would just be waiting, like, what?
what's he gonna pull out next?
Yeah, what's next in the pile of instruments?
yeah, it was great.
What's the stage like?
I mean, it was just at the Warfield.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I'm picturing like a set with like mountains.
I kind
That
of
would be
super wish they had something like that,
Me
but
too.
nah, it was just sort of, and like, I don't know, the lighting helped as well, because like
Yeah, they had
they're-
really cool lighting.
with the two horns, like the reason it was just a striking image is because they had like a spotlight that would like that cast these enormous shadows of them behind them. It was just like, damn, that looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an awesome show. Thank you for coming with me.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. So
Yeah.
always down for concerts.
I'll stay tuned for those paintings that you make from it.
I
Yeah,
should
me
stop
too.
promising to like paint things because I have so like after getting back into like full-time work, like I just have nothing but work in progress stuff that I never finish.
Yep.
I have that problem like really bad.
I relate to that.
No, I mean you've been putting out a lot of really cool stuff. You actually finish stuff. I don't finish stuff.
I'm ready to do some personal work now,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, for sure.
So
Me too.
Yeah.
So yeah. Do we want to talk about our experience as a machine, or do you want to talk about your sort of beginnings as an artist first? Like you want to talk about going to Cogswell and stuff like that?
Okay.
Oh yeah, you know Kyle from
Mhm.
episode 2. Yeah.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I was actually surprised because I heard him mention it and I was like, wait, who do they have on again? And then I was like, oh, I know that guy.
Yeah, small world.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let's see. I think my experience with Cogswell starts before I started going to Cogswell. In high school, we had somebody like come to one of our classes and like talk about some colleges. Oh no, even before that, I did like this. One of our teachers was trying to encourage us to like research our colleges appropriately before we decide on which one we wanted to go to. So she made us all like research one, and I was like, let me just find a school that's so small she can't double check any of my information so that I can like not be wrong. And so I found this really small college called Cogswell, and I did like this report on it. And like at the time, and I think Kyle mentioned this too, at the time there was like 400 students going there, so it was really small. So I could like anything that I didn't know, I would just like make up shit, and I wasn't wrong. And then like a few years later, like somebody came to this school and was like giving us a pitch about like how cool Cogswell is, and like if you want to go into like art and animation, you should like go to Cogswell. And I was like, I guess I could like look at this place seriously. I did a report on it once. It's not that far away. It's like in the Bay Area, which is away from Stockton, and Stockton's terrible. So at the time it was like in between that and the Academy of Art in San Francisco. But I think the Academy of Art was a little too expensive for my parents.
That's why I didn't go.
Yeah. So in hindsight, I think maybe it would have been better to go to San Jose State.
Yeah.
I agree.
But I do appreciate some of the people that I met at Cogswell. But yeah, I ended up going there. It was fine.
So ever since high school, you knew that you did want to like pursue an art path?
Yeah. I think the first time I really knew that I wanted to do that was when I got Ocarina of Time, and
Ooh.
the little manual in there had some art in
Yeah.
it, and I remember just being like, somebody drew this.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to be that somebody. So yeah, I think, and plus I was interested in art already.
Did we talk about the Ocarina of Time manual art before?
No.
Or
More
did that-
lost audio.
That's more lost audio,
We
'cause-
talked about how Kyle and Gung have never played any Zelda game.
What?
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I had talked about how all that like art in the manual and stuff I would just copy and like
Yeah,
try
like
to learn.
that one of Link on the tree stump and
Yeah,
like
it's so
Navi.
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Or the
love
one
that
of
one.
him and Zelda as kids sitting in the grass and they're like looking up at the sky.
I remember copying that one, yeah.
Yeah.
And then like copying Ganondorf and copying like Link doing his like slashes and stuff
Yeah,
like
there
that.
are a lot of good like poses of him
Yeah.
like swinging the sword around. Yeah. that manual was so good.
It was so good.
They
Yeah.
don't make them like that anymore.
No.
Anyway, so yeah, ever since kind of that, and I knew that that's what I wanted to do. And my mom was kind of artsy, is kind of artsy. She still does art. So, I don't know. I think I was like, I want to be like my mom.
Oh.
I like drawing. I like video games.
My man.
My man. So, yeah. And then, I guess if we're going back to Cogswell, let's see. I got an internship when I was still at school. And I was like, school's lame, and I'm learning a whole lot more at my internship. So then I left. So
I didn't want to spoil.
spoilers, I don't have a degree.
Yeah, she didn't finish.
But you're doing fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Not to like, to all the listeners, not to be like, yeah, just drop out, it's fine.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
to-
definitely.
Not to endorse that, but I mean, there's many ways to get to the
Yeah.
same result.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. What I would say, and I tell this to a lot of people who ask me about like advice about school, is like, you're gonna learn way more at an internship than you're gonna learn at school. So try and get one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Try and do
definitely
that.
learned way more on the job
Yeah.
than ever like at school.
And you're gonna like meet a lot of people who, seeing you be passionate about that, they're gonna want to help you later, which is also great, because that's another really hard thing about going into the industry. If you don't know anybody who's already in there, it's just even more difficult to get your foot in the door. So
Faux show.
Mhm.
yeah.
So now you want to talk about like after school stuff, or
Yeah, sure. I guess school and out of school stuff was kind of meshed together.
that's true.
'Cause
With
I had
your
that.
internship.
Yeah.
Where was
and-
your internship, or do you want to say?
Yeah, I can talk about it. I have fond memories of working there. It was at a startup that was made up of a bunch of people who left Zynga, and it was called Juicebox Games, commonly mistaken with Drinkbox Games, who made Guacamelee.
Oh,
Ah.
Yeah, no, I didn't
Mhm.
work there.
okay.
I worked at Juicebox, and we made the first game that I worked on. I think I was working there like 2 weeks as an intern when the game came out.
Oh,
Shipped title in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I did so well for myself. It was called Honor Bound, and when it came out, the mobile market was so much different than it is now. You could like just release something and people would play it. Like, we had so little advertisement, and we got like thousands of downloads in like the first day. It was crazy. But I guess that's,
you compare that to now, it's
yeah, you have to really fight to get your stuff
Yeah.
out there. But yeah, I worked there for a while, and it was good. Eventually, when I was like, I can't work here any more hours than I already am, because like I have school. But if you guys hire me, I'll like leave school, and so they took me up on that. And
What year was this?
let me just
See,
pull up my own LinkedIn.
I have the same problem. When in the introduction episode, I had to like write out a timeline of my own life because I couldn't remember the dates.
Dude, I thought about doing that. I should have.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, Josh, you had like a couple years that just said bullshit. I'm not sure what you were doing during those years.
Those were the years directly after college where I couldn't get an actual job, and I just did commission work.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I did
And
a lot
then
of-
working on like
That's valuable.
people's like Kickstarter games that went nowhere.
Yeah, I heard you mention that. I don't know, that kind of stuff is valuable.
No, I mean it has its own value.
Yeah.
I'd still label those years as bullshit because there was nothing specific to say about them.
Yeah. I did a lot of commissions in college, like on DeviantArt.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of my commission stuff early on from DeviantArt
Yeah,
because
yeah.
at that point I was worth less. Not worthless. I was just worth. You know what I mean?
Yes.
My commissions were cheaper, and
Yeah.
DeviantArt that's the range for them.
Okay.
I had some okay clients, a couple good ones, and some really terrible ones.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty normal.
Yeah.
Even outside of like working at DeviantArt.
Yeah.
Getting commissions through DeviantArt.
Yeah, I got commissions from other places too, but
Yeah.
like they were varied.
Yeah, I did some logo design stuff in college
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god. Never again.
I remember seeing those sketches in your book, your big old sketchbook, I think, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so I started working at Juicebox as an official employee in 2014. Looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't remember when I was doing my internship, but it must have been sometime before then. I don't know.
You got a real job before I did. And you're like
Yeah,
my age or something.
Shut up.
It gets younger every time I say it.
Yeah, he said like 17 a minute ago. God.
I think it was 13.
I said 13 to her.
Damn it. Yeah, I was really young. I think I was like 20 or so. I don't know. I was pretty young, but it was like really valuable, and I think it was good to sort of start there as like, I don't know. Like I said, I learned a whole lot more there than I was in school.
Yeah.
I'm not like trying to trash talk Cogswell or anything.
No.
But like, I don't know. You learn as much from a school as you put into it, and I was more willing to put in effort towards a job.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, and I worked there for 2 years, and then there was a layoff, and it was right. It was. I was going on vacation.
Oh, I remember the story.
I was on the train. I had my luggage. We were headed to the airport to go on vacation. And I was like, let me just like check my work email one more time before I leave, make sure like there's nothing that I'm missing. And like couldn't access my work email. And I was like, what's going on? It's like it says my email's not even here. And so like I messaged some people in the office like, damn, what's going on? Like,
how many people were at the startup?
I think there were like 35 of us at the most. You know,
like I don't. Everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone. Oh,
yes,
wow.
including everyone. Mm-hmm. So there was like, I don't know, 10 of us artists maybe when we were at the largest. I don't think there were 10 by the time I got laid off, but I think that's about how many there were. And I like texted one of them. I was like, what's going on? I can't access my email. He's like, all of us artists are in a big meeting. Like, I don't know what's happening. And I was like, oh God. And yeah. So then I got a phone call like a few minutes later, and I was like, and the person who laid me off, like, he's a really good person. I like him a lot. But I was like so pissed at him at the time because I was like, Zach, I'm going on vacation. Like, don't do this to me. And he's like, yeah, sorry. And I felt like I was yelling at him, which in hindsight, I shouldn't have done. But
it's like an emotional, it's an intense moment.
Yeah. So. And what sucks is that, like, it meant I had to go back after my vacation was over and, like, pick up all my stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, that was an awkward day. Yeah. Just like, hey, guys.
What a way to bring it down before, like, trying to enjoy your trip.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It made the trip a lot less enjoyable. Now, like, it was a group of people that all got laid off together, so that might have just been a good time for everybody else. Not that there's a good time to get laid off. But, yeah, it was definitely kind of awkward. But, then, let's see. After that, I think there was like a few months where I had to find a new job, and I was doing one of those things where it was just like, if I don't find anything in 3 months, I'm gonna try and become a tattoo artist.
Holy shit!
I know. It's everyone's fallback.
I never did that.
Well, I was working in Oakland at the time, and there was like several tattoo shops, and I was like, or I was living in Oakland, and so it was like, I bet I could just do that. Yeah. Like, if this fails. And so, but luckily, the Machine Zone thing opened up, and I had some people recommend me for it. Like, I knew somebody who knew Keika.
Right.
Like, they, like, recommended me.
Frankie was there, too.
Yeah, Frankie was there, and that helped a lot, too, because we went to school together. And, yeah, I guess it worked out.
Yeah.
Even though my
glad that worked out.
Yeah. My interview was a little awkward.
Yeah, I'm sure mine was, too.
I think I just interview in an awkward way.
Yeah.
Can you tell?
Apparently, I get too serious in my interviews.
Oh, really? I guess
I can talk about how Linda was like saying like, yeah, you're not the best at interviewing. Something like that. Like, she was, like, brutally honest, and I'm like, damn.
Well, like, when we were interviewing Josh, I asked my manager, like, oh, what's he like? And then she said, he seems, like, a little shy and a little quiet. And I was like, oh, okay. And you are not shy and quiet.
It depends who, like, I totally change depending on my audience, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I was, like, with Gung and Dylan, like, it was totally, like, oh, like, I felt like I had to, like, prove my art chops to them a bit more. But it was, like, way more relaxed when, like, you were interviewing me. I'm like, I'm just gonna, like, goof around, because, like, I just, like, it's like you read the room and you're like, I think I'm gonna try this approach.
Yeah.
That's why I was all serious with Linda. I was like, couldn't tell.
Yeah, she's hard to read, so I can definitely see why.
Because then, like, next was, like, Nina was interviewing me, and we just started chatting about video games, and I was just like, Dark Souls is my favorite video game. She's like, oh yeah, Linda likes Dark Souls. And I'm like, really? Oh, I wish I could have gone back and, like, talked about something, like, less serious.
Yeah, in my recent interview, like, with Harris and, like, some of the other artists, it was, like, totally fine. We just, like, shot the shit.
Well, of course. It's like you already know him. And
yeah, exactly. But then when the game designer came in, holy shit, I don't think I've sweat so much in my goddamn life. I was like, oh. He was asking me really hard questions. It's just, like, literally, it wasn't the game designer, but the creative director asked me, what was your most embarrassing, like, moment at work? And, like, what would you hate for me to be asking you about right now? And I was like, oh my gosh.
That.
Literally this. Please stop.
Oh my gosh.
It was awful.
Do you remember your answer?
So I don't, because I haven't had too many, like, straight up embarrassing moments, but I talked a little bit about some of my experiences with, you know who.
Yeah, I can guess.
Yeah, and how, like...
Voldemort?
Yeah, we worked with Voldemort.
We did. And how, like, our creative director there got dragged into that conversation when it didn't feel, like, necessary. And I guess that's close to embarrassing. I haven't had too many straight up embarrassing. Like, I don't know, falling off my chair is not the same as, like, showing up to work with no pants on. That would be really embarrassing, but haven't managed to do that yet. So...
Man, that's a good interview question, because
I'm
like totally sitting here trying to think of my most embarrassing moment
at work.
At work,
it's hard, and it's also not something you want to ever have to answer.
Exactly. You're like, how am I gonna like sabotage myself here?
Yeah, and it's like, I don't want to answer this to you of all people.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, because interviews can get like tense.
Yeah.
I don't think I've told this on the podcast, but I would, like, during my sabbatical, I interviewed at Cryptic to be a concept artist or something, and, like, it was like a 4-hour interview.
Yeah, dude, mine was 5 hours.
Yeah,
that's like engineer, like
crazy,
that
right?
was
like some
horrible.
places will be like, yeah, we're gonna spend the day together.
Yeah. You have to interview with, like, 9 people.
By the end of it, I was just, like, exhausted.
Yeah.
And it was like people were giving me harder and harder questions a little bit, and I was like,
My brother's an artist, and his interview for Facebook, they told him to create a 40-minute presentation about himself.
Fuck off.
40 minutes.
Fuck that shit.
Disgusting. Oh my god, that's
I've heard
horrible.
weird things about Facebook. But at the Cryptic interview, like, I could tell somewhere in the back of my mind, even though I thought I was doing well, at a point near the end, I was like, I don't think I got it. Because they're starting to give me advice on how to improve my portfolio. I'm like, they wouldn't be telling me this if they wanted to hire me.
Yeah. I didn't get any advice like that, but I could tell when things were going downhill in my most recent interview. Like, he asked me this really difficult question, and I was just like, and there were, like, way too many, like, long silences in between the uhs, and I was like, I just can't answer
the
this
long
for
silence
you.
is the worst feeling.
Because, like, as soon as that starts happening, then it's even more difficult to get back from it.
Yeah.
And, like, close the fucking silence.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's fine, though. It's over.
No, you did it.
I did it.
I forget where we were, too.
Well, let me just start off by saying I hate you, CARRENCA.
Okay.
I think we were talking about me at Machine Zone. Do you want me to continue
Yeah, why
talking
not?
about
I mean,
where it went? Okay.
we could keep talking about Machine Zone too.
We could.
Yeah, because you were telling the story about like your vacation layoff. I remember
Yes.
we all went to Japan and we were talking about like hope we got a job when we come back because there was at this tense moment there like
Yeah,
we were,
definitely.
like felt like it was like
Wait,
totally in the
sorry,
realm
I think
of possibility.
I'm confused. I thought that was at the startup. I thought that was at Drink Box.
Juice box.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I did it. I did the thing.
It's okay. No, yeah, that was a Juice box.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you were
But-
at Juice Box. Josh was at Machine Zone.
Well, because yeah, when we were at Machine Zone together,
Mhm.
like working at the same place, right? You were telling us about that story about what happened at
Oh,
Juice
okay,
Box
that's
when
what
we
you're
were all
saying.
planning a vacation together at the same
I
time,
see.
Yeah.
Okay.
and it just made us, or it made me paranoid
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're paranoid about everything.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
I remember when we were going to get laid off, we like knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
That was the weirdest.
I was in denial though up until the last minute.
I know you were, and I
Yeah.
felt kind of bad because like you were, and I think Kelly was too.
Yeah.
I didn't. Well, I also.
Everybody, I mean, some of the people were like kind of supporting us of being like, no, yeah, but you're fine. Like,
Yeah.
They were sort of making us believe our own like denial.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I kind of agreed with them. I thought you guys were fine because you guys were like working on the new game,
Yeah.
and like clearly they still need
Painting
stuff
my
for it.
anime hair, which apparently I'm all good for
Yes.
during our little break.
You're only used
My-
to paint sick anime hair.
God, I'm so tired of anime hair now.
You don't have to do that now, do you? Or well,
Well,
when you move on.
not anymore. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, and then there were like several weeks like leading up to the layoffs where every Friday I was just like, this is it? This is the week?
Yeah,
I would, like,
you guys were
slowly
getting like
Take more stuff
you
home.
guys were like taking stuff home.
Yeah,
And, like,
yeah. I was glad I did too because I still had a full backpack the day
Yeah.
of the layoff.
you were dressed very appropriately that day in like
I
all
think-
black.
Yeah, I was like
Yeah.
wearing gothic. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was great.
Because you knew.
Yeah, I knew.
Yeah.
So we can cut this out if we can't talk about it. But like, how did you guys know? Like, what were the
like
steps that
the
led
writing
up
was
to
just
it?
totally on the wall. Like,
Yeah, I think.
I mean, we
like,
can talk about it, right?
I think it's probably
it's
fine.
it's all history
Water
now.
under the bridge.
Right?
I don't like hate anybody there. I
No.
don't like hate the studio and I don't regret working there or anything. Like it's fine. It's just what happened. And
Yeah.
they like a few weeks before, I think they had some of the contractors like come into the office, and it was just like looking in the faces of the people taking our jobs. It was awful.
Yeah.
And like we were doing more and more backlog, and like work was kind of slowing down in
Yeah.
a weird way.
The older games were slowing down, and everything was sort of up until then. They were sort of just like setting up for how it would be automated.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And like we were also helping the salespeople for whatever reason do like
Yeah.
blog banners and stuff, and I was like, I don't see how this is related to what my job is supposed to be. So I don't know. Yeah, it was just a weird state, and like
You could read it on the faces of some of the people who knew.
yeah, because definitely there were some people higher ups who knew what was happening, and they like just couldn't communicate that to us, obviously.
Yeah.
But you could sort of tell what was happening. I don't know. It was weird.
It felt very weird. Leading up until that.
Yeah.
Not a good feeling.
No, yeah, not a good feeling at all. Like inevitable doom.
Yeah, but it was weird how everybody felt right after it happened.
So there was a part of me that was looking forward to this
Mhm.
because like I was really frustrated and exhausted by that point of like what was happening and like the work I was doing, and I was just like, I don't want to be here, I don't want to do this. And like I thought about quitting a lot, and like I had people tell me, just wait. Just wait. And I mean, that kind of thing lets you know that you're gonna be laid off and you're gonna get severance. So that too
Okay.
was another like sign of that. And
Yeah.
I'm glad I did, because like this, I wouldn't have been able to make it if not for the severance.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
definitely a
cool.
lifesaver.
Yeah, definitely. So
But yeah, then it happened, and everybody was kind of happy.
I was so happy.
Yeah.
That day was great.
We all went to the bar.
Yeah, we got like
And
day drunk. It was
yeah,
great.
and everybody it felt like a holiday, like
Yeah.
a celebration
Yeah.
almost. It was weird.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, especially like looking back at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, The only teary eyes was like the people who were still there.
Yeah, they were like, because they had kept on some of the concept artists and laid off pretty much all the 2D artists and some of the salespeople got laid off the same day, right? Or they were like a month later or something.
It was later, yeah, when people had to decide whether or not to like move to Vegas.
Yeah, and I think that they were just sad to like see us all go at once because it was like 70 or so people, right, on that day. I don't remember. Or no, it was less than that.
It was less than that went that day.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think 70 total.
Still a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot of people. So, and mostly are all artists.
Yeah.
And art like contributors. So that's always sad. Super sad.
And what were we saying? Yeah, the dawn of the final day or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And how great it was in the end. No moon crashing to the earth.
Yeah. No, we all survived.
Yeah.
We all moved on.
Yeah, we celebrated. It was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I don't know.
The only problem is that, I mean, the saddest thing is like a lot of people just scattered to the winds, right?
Yeah, like some people.
Some people went home to, like Bo and Laura went back to Chicago.
I know.
Yeah, so there's like a lot of people that I missed.
Yeah, far away.
Yeah.
Like Harris too. He was far.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. He didn't get laid off with us though. He had left before.
He was just like, forget this.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I mean,
he got something better going on.
Can't deny him going to Blizzard, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Belongs there.
Yeah, he definitely does.
So he was the friend that you kept saying belongs at Blizzard and
I
finally found his way to Blizzard.
Yeah. It's not that he even found his way to Blizzard, is that he finally like took their offer.
Yeah.
Oh, they were banging on his door.
Well, he had been working, like he did Hearthstone cards. Did I say that right?
No, you said it wrong.
He did Hearthstone cards.
Hearth, like a fire.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Listen, artichoke.
What?
Fucking,
no one says that.
But I do. Like,
artichoke.
I say weird shit. All right.
Oh my god. Great.
Fucking quinoa. What are some other weird words
Quinoa?
that I say? Yeah.
Oh my god. Shut up.
Hummus.
No, I'm done talking to you about that. Okay, yes, Harris belonged at Blizzard.
Yeah, because he did Hearthstone cards.
Yeah, there you go.
Like for them for quite a while.
Yeah, he was doing different freelance Hearthstone stuff. Cool. So, and then he was like, they gave him like more than one offer, and he was like specific about what he wanted, and I thought good for him. Yeah.
Working with him on Game of War, I noticed my stuff getting like subtly more Blizzard-like, just because of like the stuff that I would learn from him, and I would like try to emulate or whatever.
Game of War, that was the Kate Upton one.
That's the Kate Upton one, yeah.
Did she ever come by?
No, her contract was done by the time I started.
But
then there was a shorter, less successful contract with
Arnold. He came by.
Okay, that's for the other game. That's for Mobile Strike. Arnold came by.
Wow.
Because he was on that ad campaign and he took selfies with all of us.
He took a selfie with every single employee.
It was super awesome.
So
he was
sweet.
super cool. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a lot shorter in person.
Yeah.
And very orange. I don't think he'll watch this, so hopefully.
Yeah. Arnold, if you're watching this, we still love you. Yeah.
Sponsor us. Yes. Do that.
Yeah. Please make another Conan.
But
I heard something about a new Conan being made.
Oh. Yeah, he was nice. He was really nice. It was funny. It was like having an uncle like pep talk us. I don't know. It was great.
Yeah, it was cool. You had a good speech.
Yeah. Yeah. And then what? Should I talk about my period where I was not working at Machine Zone?
Yeah, sure. Post Machine Zone?
Post Machine Zone.
Yeah.
Worked on a lot of my own stuff, which was awesome.
Yeah.
So nice to like, because like one thing that I've noticed since I've been away from Machine Zone is that like all my work there is pretty unusable for my portfolio since it was all like photo bashing. And you said you don't mind photo bashing, but I mind photo bashing.
Listen,
do you mind sampling?
It's in its okay. No,
I don't mind that.
We're not gonna talk about Kanye anymore, okay?
King Crimson and Kanye.
King
the greatest.
The greatest duo. Legendary.
Everybody listen to King Crimson, okay?
And Kanye.
And
Wardrunner.
And Wardrunner. And Ghost.
Yes, definitely.
Especially Ghost.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
Especially. I like how there's even a ghost here on the table.
Yes. The little pod ghost.
Mm-hmm. I like him.
He needs new batteries. But
Yeah.
Aw.
You've been saying that for weeks.
Well, it's hard to find those tiny little dot batteries.
Oh, it's the dot batteries?
Yeah.
We're getting off topic.
Yeah.
We are. That's okay.
We're all picking up the ghost now.
Post Machine Zone.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Working on personal stuff. Yeah, because I know what you mean. Like,
yeah, it's super unusable because it's a lot of photo batching, which isn't what I want to do. So I'm not going to show it on my portfolio. But I also took up like a freelance thing. I started working with Rooster Teeth on a board game, card game.
Cool.
Yeah, that was fun.
I was low key jealous about that because I've always been a Rooster Teeth fan.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. The guy that I was working with is like a really funny guy, and I don't know, it was cool. We ended up going to RTX too. That was interesting because I'm not a huge Rooster Teeth fan, so
I've still never been to RTX.
Oh, you should go.
Yeah, I really need to be like pushed to go to cons. I feel like like I went to Shrunken Head Con because you were like, God, you should come. I was like, all right.
Give
and
you
then, like,
a ride and everything.
I know, right? It's just
So
I gotta be
nice.
forced. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I only started going to like Fanime like a few years ago.
Dude,
Yeah.
you should go to more. Like
I know I should go to more. Yeah.
You just gotta find like the niche thing that appeals to you. Like I go to cons a lot for like the like Lolita fashion stuff. And
Really?
oh, who would have
I'd love
thought?
to get into that more too.
Really?
You guys should talk about that.
Oh my god!
after this.
Message me
No,
at any
during.
time.
Yeah.
Yes. And so like yeah, I travel for those, and I'm hoping to keep in touch with my friends here by doing that.
Aw.
I'm gonna miss them.
Yeah.
I want to go down to SoCal more. So.
Hmm.
Good. Hit me up when you're there.
Yeah. I need more reasons to go to SoCal too because I got like friends there who I
Wait a
never
minute.
get to hang out with.
Why are you going to SoCal, Katie?
I mean, we've been beating around the bush. But
Yeah.
if you want to just say
Yeah,
it,
we have.
if you haven't guessed it already from listening to all this.
Well, I haven't signed papers yet, but I will.
By the time this comes out.
Yes, but hopefully.
I mean, if it doesn't, cut it out.
Yeah, if it doesn't, just cut it all out.
Cut the episode.
They decide to change their mind. They're just like, nope. Yeah, I went down. I took a sick day at work. It was a Wednesday, so that was awkward. Left Tuesday evening.
You're just sick in the middle of the week. It happens.
Yeah,
It does happen.
Went down, had a little interview with Team 5. Blizzard Team 5. Yeah, and then they literally got back to me later that day, and they were
That's
like,
crazy.
I know.
They wanted you.
You know what? I could tell. I mean, I knew it was gonna work out for you, but then I'm like, I looked at your Discord picture, and I'm like, oh, she got it, because you like changed it to some like happy crying face. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the emoji is called despair.
Oh, really? It didn't look like despair.
Yeah, well, I'm dealing with a lot of complicated emotions right now.
Yeah, I know how that feels.
Yeah, yes, you do. So they called me later that day, and so like after the interview got out, I was like, I need a drink. So I went back to my hotel and got a gin and tonic, and my recruiter had told me that they were gonna have their little meeting. Is that a car?
Oh yeah. The street is like surprisingly busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least it's not like my apartment where the train goes by.
Oh god, that would be
We
so
would not
much
be able to
worse.
record at my apartment.
Yeah. But yeah, so he told me that they were gonna have like a meeting about it, which is horrifying in and of itself. 13 people in a room talking about me. Good lord.
Yeah.
And then he called me after, like immediately after, and I didn't expect him to call me right away.
Yeah, that's fast.
I was still kind of drunk.
Hell yeah.
And like I was like, "Hello, Danny." Bless his heart, he like put up with me anyway in my like slightly drunk ass. He was like, "Yeah, they want to hire you to do," and I was like, "You are being very calm," which is reassuring because I'm drunk. But it worked out. It worked out well.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
so.
you got more drunk to celebrate.
I actually didn't.
Oh.
Because so I had the flight later, and it was just 5 then,
Oh.
and so Harris was off work, and I wanted to see him before I left. So,
Okay.
and that's what I did. I went over to his place and we chit-chatted.
Yeah.
Oh, it was an exciting day.
No shit.
It was a
That's
tiring day.
Probably a whirlwind of a day.
Oh my
Jesus,
god.
can't imagine coming back to work after that.
Dude, I know. Literally. Oh god, it was awful.
Yeah.
The next day it was like, ooh. And like, wait, what was I gonna say? I was gonna talk about something. The interview was 5 hours. It started at 10:30 and it ended up at like 3.
Yeah.
And that was exhausting. I had lunch with the team though, and they were all really friendly. It was cool to like just hang out with them in a chill setting.
Yeah.
Because I had met a few of them at Blizzcon, and I could tell the difference. Like, they were stressed and tired of Blizzcon, and they were like not. It was like regular day
Yeah.
during the interview, so that was nice to like just talk with them in a more relaxed setting, which sounds funny because it's an interview versus BlizzCon.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but like that's different.
Did
At
going
con.
to BlizzCon did that contribute to like how you got an interview or?
Or were you just solidifying connections at that point?
I was kind of solidifying connections. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
My whole sort of Blizzard journey starts with Emilio, actually.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, what a cool guy.
He is so good.
Yeah.
Bless his heart. I'm glad that we've gotten to work together a few times, but I really wish I like had the opportunity to get to know him better.
I think that about a lot of people that I've worked with.
Mm.
So you don't always have the chance to really get to know people sometimes if they're not like directly on your team.
Yeah, definitely. But well, so even before that, when I was in college, I met somebody who used to work at Blizzard, and he was like, "You could totally work there," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like, I have nowhere. I could not do that. And like, I had recently purchased a like art book from Blizzard, and I was like, "Wow, like this art's so cool!" And like, I was like practicing painting in that style, and I was like, "This is so fun." And like, he had seen one of my paintings, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you could totally do it. Like, you could work there." And I was like, "You are being really casual about this, and I don't believe you." But I think it started with him, like really like telling me that I could do that, because that was just something that was like off the table. I didn't think that was like possible. But then Emilio had one of his friends start working there as a recruiter, and so he just like, "Oh yeah, you should talk to Katie." And I was like, "What? Emilio? Dude, what?" And I met her at GDC actually last year, and they were having a mixer, and I was like, "Girl."
Yeah.
Get me in on that mixer.
The mixers is what it's all about. The rest of GDC is like whatever. The parties.
Yes.
The mixers.
Yes.
That's what it is.
And she managed to, and like, fuck. That was definitely like my biggest like step into that.
Hell yeah.
Because that's where I met Nick.
Yeah.
And
I remember we hung out after that.
Yeah.
Because we had gone to some other party. And you're like, "I'm a Blizzard." I'm the Blizzard mixer.
Yeah, I'm a Blizzard mixer.
Yeah.
And
I was like, all right.
All right, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck us. We're nobodies now.
No, I came and hung out with you
No,
guys
that's true.
afterwards.
It's like, yeah, you were in a very good mood.
Yes, I was. Because I had a drink, and I had talked to this really amazing guy named Mark, and he like gave me a ton of like really good feedback about my portfolio, and like we still talk every so often. He's like super supportive, and he feels like another uncle that I like. Oh, he's great. I love him.
Nice.
Yeah, and
you hear that, Mark? He's gonna be listening.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mark. And I don't know. Yeah, it's just been like a lot of amazingly supportive people. I don't know why.
It's because you're good.
But
yeah, you paved your way.
Yeah.
I feel like I forced myself through the door.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
You force your way with like hard work and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I don't know.
When she was like doing like her stuff, you would like stream like sometimes.
Yeah, I might start doing that
in.
again now that I have like more time to work on my own stuff.
Yeah. I tried it like maybe a grand total of 2 times of streaming art. Yeah. It's tough.
It is, especially for me, because usually I'm like either listening to something or like have a TV show on in the background.
Yeah.
And so I can like focus on painting and listen to something, but it's hard for me to
interact with like an audience.
Yeah, like focus on my painting and then also respond to people. Like I get half as much work done when I'm streaming art.
Absolutely.
But if I'm doing like quick paintings, it's actually not as bad because it's more like muscle memory, I guess.
Yeah.
Which sounds kind of weird, but
I'm like thinking like it'd be so much easier to just like start the stream once you already have begun rendering.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I have a piece right now that's like in that phase, so I could stream it. But I don't know. My computer's been in the shits lately.
Oh no.
It like randomly turns off for no reason. If I have Discord and Photoshop and the Internet Explorer, Jesus, Chrome open at the same time, I don't know, for some reason it can't handle it. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
I don't know. But I can maybe try it. It's a Legend of Zelda piece. I'm really excited about it.
Ooh, I'm excited now.
Yeah.
Back to your roots.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to start painting more. I was painting yesterday. It felt good.
Dude, yeah. I like painting. It does feel good. Especially because JJ is there and he's like so good at painting. I can like rely on him for anything.
Yeah, I'm in a vacuum at home.
You're not a vacuum online, dude.
That's true. I need to hit people up and be like, do these colors look bad, or is it just me?
If it's color related, send it to JJ. He's
Okay.
a fucking color master.
Yeah. I have I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. Like, I keep saying like, grayscale, the color sucks.
It does suck.
And I keep doing it. I have a character that's like, I painted in grayscale. I'm like adding color, and I'm like, dude, this looks shitty. Like, what? How do I solve this? How do I like salvage it?
Gradient maps.
Gradient maps. Yeah.
I don't know why you would do anything else.
I don't know, because gradient maps work better for some things than others. You know what I mean? Like when you want it to
they
be
work
like
great for
vibrant colors and stuff like that, and like, but this is like, I'm trying to have color, but at the same time keep it desaturated, and I think gradient maps aren't as good.
I mean, yeah. I just like how much control you have. So if you're like very specific about the colors you pick for the gradient map,
Yeah.
it can like work out.
It's also, I just don't know what color I'm supposed to make this thing.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you tried doing like a little thumb and then applying those colors? You could do that.
It's a good idea.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
Show
almost
people.
I could also show people.
Yeah,
I know.
like JJ.
Like JJ.
The color master.
Yeah, I just almost kind of gave. Like I said, I have a lot of stuff that I start and give up on. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I do that sometimes too. Like if it's a habit that I don't actually like about myself. If I start a piece and I don't like it, or I feel like I've gleaned enough from it, I'll just be like, all right, I'm done with that.
I have the same problem.
And like I've learned all I can, so I'm done with it. But it's like never at a level that I want to show. So I have just a bunch of like art that like I've learned from it and I've used it. It like worked for me, but it's not like interesting to look at. But yeah.
I'd say I post like less than half of the stuff that I start.
Yeah, I feel like that too. Or like I'll just doodle weird stuff for my friends, and then like it's like I can't post this. I spent a few hours on it, but like it's really stupid, so I'm not gonna post it.
I don't know. Let's talk about something else.
Okay, what do we talk about?
How did you get into your hobby of Lolita stuff?
Oh, okay. Well, let me stop. Let me explain it first.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you decide to keep any of this in, I want there to be a very clear explanation. Because when people hear the word Lolita, they're like, ugh, and they think it's something weird. So
School everyone on Lolita.
Yeah. Okay. So from here on out, let's use the word Lolita fashion.
Lolita fashion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a Japanese like street fashion. It started in like, Harajuku area, and like, I don't know. It's sort of like an immediate like 180 from like what was happening at the time, like a lot of like sexy stuff, and it's like not that at all. So it's like very modest in that you cover most of your body when you're wearing it, but it's also really in your face because there's usually lots of details, lots of colors. It grabs your attention in a crowd of like people wearing normal clothes because it takes up a lot of space, both visually and like physically. But it's mostly like cute dresses with like, I don't know, cute animals, desserts. It's cute stuff. Very cute.
Yeah.
And there's also like gothic types too, which have like bats and things, which is
My
also
favorite.
great. Yes. So yeah, that's kind of what Lolita fashion is. And let's see, I got into it. I remember in high school, the first time I saw it, I was like, this is so stupid. I was like, who would wear this? It looks so dumb, because I was very much like anti-girly stuff at the time. And but then of course like that ended up turning into like, wow, this is kind of cool. I guess I could get into this. And I don't know, started out sort of buying things off Bodyline in college because it was cheap. Don't do that anymore. And then I learned how to buy secondhand. I got into the community here in the Bay Area, and they're all amazing. So if you ever like get into it and I'm not here, I promise you they're amazing people, and they're all incredibly friendly. And a lot of them work in tech too, so it's not like you wouldn't have anything to talk about if you weren't talking about Lolita. Yeah, I don't know. It's a cool community of people, and it's nice to have a community kind of like that, because I feel like, especially working at a tech company in the Bay Area, like you don't interact with a lot of feminine type people on an everyday basis. So it's kind of nice to like interact with that side of things, especially if it's something that you still enjoy in your life. Like I really like cute things, and like I have this motto. It's like, if it can be cute, then why shouldn't it be?
I love that.
Yeah. So I don't know. And interacting with other people who feel that way is kind of nice. And I don't know. Yeah, it's great. I like them. I like it.
When do you dress up?
I haven't kept up with it a lot, because sometimes it requires a lot of emotional energy to dress up, and I haven't had a lot of that lately. But I used to dress up every Friday. It would be Fancy Fridays, and I'm at my new job. I will bring that back, because
Yay.
I'm sure I'll have plenty of energy to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were all actually in the interview. They were like, "We were surprised that you weren't dressed up today. Like, why aren't you dressed up?" And I was like, "Oh, this is an interview."
Yeah.
Did you forget what we're doing?
When we were talking about you coming on, it was actually, do you think she's going to dress up in Lolita fashion for the podcast?
I would have.
I forgot to say anything.
Oh, you should have, yeah.
It's okay. Sorry.
Oh,
I feel like I let Mimi down most of all.
Oh, no. Well, if we hang out again before I leave.
Yeah, we should hang out at least once more.
Yeah. I kind of want to have like some sort of going away thing.
Yeah.
So you are more than welcome to come to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I will keep you in the loop.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I remember when you started, and like the first Friday that you showed up in Lolita fashion, like before we knew too much about you, it was like, wait, who's this? We got another artist?
I know. A bunch of people didn't recognize me.
It's a super 180. Like
yeah.
You have like two very distinct styles, I think.
Yeah, my normal wardrobe is more like comfy and like cool shirts, and like now I'm wearing comfy jeans and a no thanks sweater, whereas like Lolita is like everything has like attention put into it, and like my hair is perfect, I'm wearing makeup, like all this stuff, and I don't normally wear makeup. I just
I love that type of dualism though.
Yeah, I know, it's really fun. I feel like a chameleon. So yeah.
No, those tea events always look cool.
Yeah,
we did tea at my apartment once, but it was probably
fun.
a shade of what real like tea events are.
No, it was fun. We did like doll painting there, right?
We did.
That was really fun.
That was an interesting one. Hopefully we get Kelly on in a future episode, and we'll force this episode on her. So
I have so many different things
so
running through my mind.
Kelly and Katie, actually, you got one too. We started getting into what are they? What is the correct term for them? Like they're like these
I'm getting excited.
particular kind of dolls that are
Yeah, they're called
uh,
BJDs,
there
ball
we go.
jointed dolls,
trying to
and
remember.
they're fairly they're popular here, and they're popular in Japan too, and they're made out of like this like resin stuff, and they usually look like, I don't know, just like tiny people, and they're really
Yeah.
cute.
I think I know
But
what you're
with
talking
with
about.
kind of like exaggerated proportions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, always.
Like, kind of like fairies or pixies.
Yeah.
Kind
yeah,
of,
yeah, and
They terrify my roommate who has a fear of dolls.
yeah, I think they're great. I have two. And what's fun and like what I love to see Kelly do is like she started putting Lolita outfits on hers,
Yeah.
and it's just like, oh, look at that. I really wish I had like a Lolita outfit that made my doll look just like me, and then I could carry her around.
Yeah.
That would be so
Oh, that'd be
amazing.
That'd be
cool.
Yeah.
It would be like, yeah, of course Fortune would do that.
I remember do you remember when I got my doll? I had it
Yeah.
shipped to the office.
Yeah, I remember that.
And-
we all got to like check it out and be like, what the?
Yeah, because they shipped me the wrong one. Do you remember that?
Oh, you got the boy one. That's right.
Yeah, I ordered a girl and the boy showed up and I was like, no. It's like, I don't want this little boy doll.
Yeah.
It's so
Want the
funny.
girl doll.
Yeah.
Yeah, so during our tea thing, we practiced with like sort of like more like cheap like throwaway like doll heads,
Mhm.
painting like the faces onto them.
That's
Yeah,
so cool.
they're called face ups. If ever you're like really bored and you like watching someone do something fun and creative, look up like face up videos on YouTube, because there are so many. I love watching people put together dolls. It's like so cool. Like they'll have this theme and then they'll like sew all these cute little outfits and like paint up their faces to match like the theme of the outfit and everything. It's so cool. It's really creative, and it like ends up with like this amazing little like human thing that you've made, and it's cool.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah, it's fun. I wish I had like some more time for that, because I think like sewing outfits for them could be like really rewarding, but like I don't know, I have so many other things that I want to
Yeah.
do too. Like
You can only have so many hobbies
Yeah,
that take
yeah.
that much time.
exactly. She mostly sits on my shelf, and I look at her cute little face.
Yeah. And I have a roommate who would just be terrified by it. But yeah, did I talk about Thunderbolt Fantasy on this before? Because
Yes, you have.
the ball jointed
Yeah,
doll just makes me think of all the characters in Thunderbolt Fantasy, because it's an anime, quote unquote, but they're all just like hand puppets
Mhm.
or something.
and their
Huge.
faces do look like BJDs.
They
Yeah.
do. That's why it always makes me think of it, because they're
Yeah.
these beautiful doll faces.
Yeah.
I love it.
I know. I was like, okay, now I'm gonna be a hypocrite because I said that anime's creepy, but I
Yeah.
think those dolls are so
Exactly.
cool.
You just watch that show. I'll make you watch it one day.
Well, they do have very specific fashion. Maybe you just need to find one with a
guess.
fashion that's more in line with what you're interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're good action scenes. Same. Oh,
Doll.
doll.
What's your favorite look that you've put together?
I've put together a lot that I like, and I like a lot of them for different reasons. I put together one. I put together one for a party a few years ago called OTT, so Over the Top Tea Party. So the idea was to encourage people in our community to just go buck wild and like wear something super crazy, because we don't often have opportunities like that, because like sometimes hosting a really fancy tea where you have like this elaborate outfit is not easy to like then go to a tiny tea place in San Francisco where there's like, if you're all wearing crazy outfits, there's only room for 3 of you. So I decided to like build this outfit around the theme of the Tooth Fairy, and I like made all these like little I made this pair of wings that I had, and like
Oh, I remember this one now.
yeah, I made this prosthetic thing to go on my face that had like a bunch of teeth sort of coming out of my eye, which was heavily inspired by Colin Christensen. The artist's name is Colin Christian, and he has a lot of really cool stuff, and I love following him because like his art's like always really weird and bizarre. Like, for example, here's
Ooh.
something that
Looks delicious.
he made. It's like a bunch of
Okay.
baby hands in a soup bowl.
I guess we'll just have to include this in the link dump.
Yeah, definitely. But because his work is really cool. He also posts like normal stuff, so there's not a whole lot of art on here right now. But he did this series of like cute women heads, and they had like weird things going on, and one of them had like a bunch of teeth coming out of her eye, and I was just like, wow, that's really cool and like really creepy. So I figured out how to like make this prosthetic thing, and I sculpted all these little teeth, and I bought a bunch of like fake teeth that you like put in dentures online.
Mm-hmm.
They were really cheap, and I like stuck them in there, and it looked really, really cool. And yeah, the outfit like came together, and I was really pleased with it. It was pretty costumey, especially because of the fact that I like picked this character to base it on, which immediately makes it more of a costume than a fashion. But I thought it was appropriate for the event. And there were some people online who were upset that I won because they thought my outfit was too costumey. Online, the community can be pretty rough, especially because there's a huge part of it that lives and exists on 4chan, which is in and of itself a rough community. But I promise you, the people in person are amazingly kind, and our community in the Bay Area is amazing, and I love them all a lot. I'm gonna miss them. But yeah, so I don't know. It was cool. I enjoyed the costume. I haven't worn it since then. Yeah, there I am calling it costume.
Yeah.
Outfit, whatever it is.
I saw pictures. It's really cool.
Yeah, it was fun to wear. That day was fun. I think some other ones that I've really liked. Recently, we had another event that was I forget. I think Tales of the Black Forest is what it was called. It was an event hosted by Baby the Star Shine Bright, which is one of the physical stores that we have in San Francisco. And they're a Japanese brand, and they decided to host this event that was a murder mystery party.
Oh,
So
shit. That sounds fun.
Oh my god, it was so fun. And one of my favorite things about it was there's most of the girls in our community are like 21 over, and they had alcohol at this event, which is like a rare for us, even though we all love drinking. So there was like alcohol, and we were all wearing like these costumes based on like different characters. There was like Hansel and Gretel were there, and there was like Alice in Wonderland was there, and like I don't know, the Red Queen, you know, everybody, all these like famous like Brothers Grimm characters.
Folklore characters.
Yeah.
What were you wearing?
I just decided to be a creature of the forest. So I chose like a raven, and I don't normally wear wigs because I find them incredibly uncomfortable, but this one time I wore a wig, and so that in and of itself made the outfit really dramatic for me because it was like such a different look than what I normally look like. I wore this really dark wig, and I put like all of the feather accessories that I had on all at the same time, and like I wore black, and like I don't know. It was cool. It was really fun. And it just felt really different. But I'm really excited for the weather to start being warmer and less rainy. That's another reason I haven't dressed up in a long time.
Yeah, it's been wet.
It's been
the
too
Bay
wet.
Area.
Yeah. It's me and one of my friends at that event. I think there's some more pictures,
Looks
so you
awesome.
can swipe if you want.
I could tell Mimi's like really into this.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, it was really fun. Oh, my makeup looked pretty sick that day,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
It did.
I got some wings on my face.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah. So that was fun. Yeah. Good day.
Our friend Kelly, like you've inspired her to like paint like Lolita fashion girls.
Yeah,
stuff,
she
yeah.
painted one of me.
Yeah,
at this,
she
like,
painted you, that's right,
home.
yeah.
Yeah, it was so cute. But yeah, I don't know. It's fun. It's a fun hobby. It's nice too because like it's still creative in a lot of ways. Like I get to creatively figure out how to match different pieces with each other and like themes. Like if I want to dress up with like a Valentine's Day theme, which is something I did recently, I like take out all the like heart-shaped items that I have and I try and put them all on my head at once. And yeah, I don't know. It's fun. It's nice. Oh, so I'm going to Japan pretty soon.
I was gonna bring that up. You're
Yeah.
going on a shopping trip, aren't you?
That sounds so exciting.
I know. I'm really excited.
I mean, I kind of like tagged along with you on your mini shopping trip the
I
last
know.
time we went.
Bless
And I
your
got to
heart.
see a lot of Harajuku and stuff like that.
He like carried all this shit for me. It was great.
No, it was cool to see that side of like
Yeah.
that little sub community or whatever, like
hmm
slice of Japan that I wouldn't have normally gone to.
Yeah, yeah. And so this time, instead of putting anybody through it who does not want to be there,
I'm not saying I didn't want to be there.
one of my good Lolita friends and I are going together, and we're gonna do like all the cutesy stuff that like our boyfriends don't want to do. So we're going to go to like Sanrio Pearl Land, and we're gonna spend like a few days like only shopping, and like we're going to all the cute cafes, and like I'm really excited. So when we go to Sanrio Land, we're both gonna wear outfits based on our favorite characters.
Ah,
Yeah, and my favorite character is Gudetama.
I
yeah.
did not know he was Sanrio.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
Sanrio.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good Tom's awesome.
Yeah, he's my favorite. And her favorite characters are Kiki and Lala from Little
Mhm.
Twin Stars. And so she's gonna wear like first of all she loves like galaxy and pastel stuff.
Yeah.
And so she has a ton of dresses. And right now she's literally like, I don't know which one to wear. So she's like still figuring it out. But we both made like little Ida bags based on our characters, which are basically just like bags that have a bunch of pins and like keychains and things of your favorite character in it, so to like show them how much you love them. And so we did them based on Sanrio characters, which is kind of unusual. Usually it's like anime characters. But yeah, and I bought this dress recently that has Gudetama on it.
Ah.
And like the Gudetama is like wearing this little bonnet, and it's so cute. So I don't know, I'm really excited. It's gonna be
I want to go back to Japan.
Yeah, we mentioned this in our last episode, the legendary 8-people trip
Yeah,
to Japan.
too many.
And so
Yes.
you were part of that, Katie?
I was, yeah. Me and Cranka were like the inception of that
Yeah.
group, and then
We started the plan.
yeah, and then one day Cranka just comes in and says,
A bunch of my
"Yeah,
friends want to come.
all of these people want to go too," and I was like, oh, "Okay."
Yeah,
But it was fine. It worked out. We ended up mostly just like
we split off a lot. I
Yeah.
went and hang out with you and JJ a lot, just to
Mm-hmm.
have like a smaller 3 people.
yeah, which was better. If you ever like listener feel like going to Japan, I would not suggest a group of 8.
Yeah, definitely smaller groups
Mhm.
better.
2,
There's
3
a lot
people.
of stuff there that you just can't do with big groups. Like
Yeah.
you can't all fit into like the small bars and Golden Guy and stuff like that.
Exactly. Like if you have a group of 8, literally some of those bars have like 5, 6 seating.
Yeah,
You can't all be in there at once. But it was fun.
worked out.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Japan's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 of my friends got engaged.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they recently
They got married. Yeah,
Yeah.
the wedding happened.
yeah, I saw pictures. It
Yeah.
looked really pretty.
We're talking about Japan right now. If this is going in, I don't know if this is going in.
It's all
We're
going
talking.
in.
Yeah,
all going in.
it's desserts. It's going in.
Yeah, there was like a watermelon ice cream like dessert. It's so good.
Yeah.
What was that place called again?
I
I don't remember.
don't remember it either. They have another one like it in LA.
I want to
somewhere.
go back and go to all the places that the guy goes to in Sweet Tooth Salaryman.
Yes. Oh my god. Me
Yeah,
too.
I would do a Sweet Tooth Salaryman tour of Japan.
So would I.
Oh,
Easily.
God. Have I told you about that show?
You have. I haven't
have.
watched it yet, though.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Listen,
Yes.
I'm hungry. Just never forget
Dude, there's
words.
pastries.
I know.
One has an egg in it, man.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna eat one.
Oh, it's the egg
I like eggs.
I know you like it. you choke yourself eating eggs.
Wait, what?
I almost died eating eggs one day.
You what?
I almost died.
Why?
I put I put a fried egg on rice.
Dude,
I-
she's losing it.
I almost died. I don't know what's is this going in? I guess this is going in.
Put it in.
There was something about the combination of like either maybe it was like how I cooked the rice or whatever, or how it combined with the egg. I've only had this happen twice in my entire life.
Mhm.
I didn't actually start choking,
Okay.
but the food stopped in my esophagus.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. I used to know somebody who that happened to all the time.
It doesn't happen to me all the time,
Yeah, I know.
but it has happened to me a couple times.
Yeah.
And it just stopped, and it's like I could breathe. I wasn't choking to death, but
It's just
it wasn't going down. It was
yeah.
extremely painful.
Yeah.
I tried drinking water and it stopped.
Oh.
It didn't go down.
Yeah, yeah.
And I started forcing it out. Like I had to cough it out somehow.
Yeah.
It took a while, and I felt like I was dying. And like I finally got it sort of unstuck or whatever, and I was just like there. I was like sweating. I was trembling. I felt like I like come close to death.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, I guess that's my dinner. I'm not gonna eat anything.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I used to know somebody who that happened to all the time.
Yeah, and like
It sucks.
I was by myself in my apartment.
Oh God.
I was like, is this how I go?
That's my worst.
I
nightmare.
was there trying to like
just
get it
launch
out, and I was like, do I call 911? Like I don't.
What would they even do? Just shake them really hard.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They have tools.
Yeah, yeah.
No, eventually like.
That's gonna be me, Karenka. I'm gonna die alone in my apartment
No,
sometime within the
oh God.
next year.
Yeah, I was like,
then whatever
imagine dying here, and like Pat shows up and is like, oh well, I guess I gotta pay double rent now.
Yeah, that's his biggest concern.
Yeah. Yeah, that was. But I like eggs. I was like, that sucks that happened. That ruined eggy rice for me, but because I love eggy rice.
Me
I just
too.
wish it hadn't almost killed me that one time.
Just maybe take smaller bites.
I ate fast. That was part of the problem.
Mm-hmm. That was exactly my friend's problem.
When I'm by myself, I eat really fast. Like I eat fast normally,
Mm-hmm.
but when I'm by myself, I just like shovel food down because it's like I'm just like keeping myself alive at that point. I don't care.
Yeah, when I'm in front of the computer.
I'm bad at taking care of myself.
Same.
Yeah.
When I'm in front of the computer or something, and I'm like, I guess I should eat. It's just like.
Yeah.
Let me
just
get
turn the
this over
vacuum
with.
on.
Yeah, yeah. So I can continue doing whatever I was doing before I have to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crom would always comment on how fast I ate when we were like having lunch together or whatever at work, and I'd just be like, like sometimes I would like be like almost done with my lunch before she even got to the table.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm just like,
I always hate that because like I eat kind of fast too, and so sometimes like I have to like slow myself down to eat at the same speed of the other people so that I don't feel like a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I don't participate in conversation when I'm eating, and I'm trying to like.
You're just focused on finishing your meal.
I'm trying to slow down and like, oh, we should talk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, people like to communicate.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
somehow managed to still eat fast and talk. I don't understand how I managed to put food, like how my mouth is like both inputting and outputting so much.
I don't understand either.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's an insult in there somewhere.
Yeah, you're trying to find
I'm
it. I can
looking
see
for
the
it.
gears
I
turning.
know, it's just like, oh.
You're like, how can I call Josh an idiot this time?
How do I tell him he sucks?
Yeah. Fortune's found almost every way in the book to call to say how I suck.
Yep. Sometimes I'm really on fire with it.
Yeah, man. Like,
I've been pretty good today.
there's sometimes where it's like, some insults where it's like you deserve an award.
I know.
Yeah.
Like that time when we were at that show. And
Yeah. What were you even saying? I was saying something about my brother, and you're like, your brother's way cooler than you, anyways. Something like that.
Something like that.
It just like cut so deep.
I know, and they both like turned and looked at
Yeah.
us, and I was like, oh, oops, they don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We could also talk about just like art academically.
Oh.
We could talk about who we like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do we like? Who do you guys like?
Who I like?
Yeah.
I mean, I admire a lot of artists, but I'm like so bad with names.
That's
And I
fair.
feel like I don't idolize anybody really
Mhm.
as much as like I just like appreciate them, and then like I don't know, like as far as like idolizing people or like trying to like I'm way more interested in people I know personally.
Yes, I'm.
Like
very
when I
much
work
the
with
same way.
Harris all the time, like, and I was saying like my stuff started morphing more like
Mhm.
Blizzardy.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to like, because I admired him as an artist, and I was learning from him directly, and I was like trying to get like reach that level, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I wouldn't say I idolized him. I don't idolize anybody.
Don't let
really.
him hear it.
Yeah. If you listen to this, Harris, don't worry.
We love you, Harris.
We're bros. I'm not idolizing you. But yeah, I try to like more interested in learning from the people that I actually know.
I completely agree.
I mean, yeah, there's plenty to like learn from the greats and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and like compare or try to reach that point. Like when I was gunning for that cryptic job because it was like had to do with Magic the Gathering,
Mhm.
right?
And
I was
the
like,
art for that is
and yeah,
fucking-
like Wizard of the Coast stuff. I was looking at a lot of like Cynthia Shepherd stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah, it all depends on like what I'm doing, like
Yeah.
at the moment.
That's totally relatable. Yeah, definitely.
And I'm so bad at. I have a list that
Ooh, here we go.
because I would have this list to bring up during like interviews and stuff like that because I'm so bad with names.
Same. I'm really bad with it.
It's not that I don't know. My brain just sucks sometimes. This is my karaoke list. That's wrong.
Dude, that's a good idea. When we were at karaoke yesterday, I was like, I can't think of. Anyway, off topic. But
I don't know how to say this name.
oh no.
Peter. See, I
Oh,
love his
is
art.
it-
Peter Moorbacher.
Oh,
Moorbacher.
I thought you were gonna say like.
He does like really cool like really cool like divinity kind of characters. Like there are these
Hmm.
like I think he does stuff for Magic the Gathering sometimes.
Oh, okay.
But they're all these bizarre god creatures,
Hmm.
and like his colors are really cool.
Are they the ones that are like big and like floating?
Yes.
And I think I know who
You
you're
probably
talking
Yeah, I
know,
think
and
so
I remember
too.
talking about him with like Stephanie and stuff like that.
Oh, she definitely. Yeah, I could see
Yeah,
that.
she loves that guy.
I
And
bet she
like
does.
I also really like that guy. I would always because his just like his design is just it's like my jam. It's like
Mhm.
yeah, it's the kind of stuff I like to design too.
Yeah, yeah.
Except I'm not good like him. I don't know. Like here, I'm looking at my list now.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm missing a lot of stuff. Obviously, Ryan Lang's really cool.
Mhm.
Just because like I don't know, he's got like a good variety of stuff too.
Yeah, I like artists with variety like that. Like Max Grecki.
Mhm.
He has like a huge variety. Like he can paint like more realistic looking stuff, and then like the next thing he posts is just like this really like cartoony looking like
Yeah.
thing, and it's just like that's so cool. So such like a strong like breadth, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I get that though. Like lately, obviously, I've been looking at a lot of like Blizzard artists.
Yeah, I have some Blizzard artists on my list too,
Yeah.
and it's sort of just like, well, I mean, of course you're gonna admire those guys because they're really good.
Yeah, yeah. There's and even like the freelancers for Hearthstone, because I think Max Gierke has also freelanced for Hearthstone, but they're all like amazing like painters because that's sort of like what they focus on. They're
Yeah.
like illustrators, definitely.
There's a lot of those illustrator character designers and illustrators and stuff
Mhm.
in like Riot and stuff like that. Or just those
Yeah.
like League of Legends artists.
Hmm. Who will like do a piece for all of them.
Yeah.
I still answer Luke Mancini though for like huge art inspiration.
Mm.
I've always looked up to him. I got to meet him at BlizzCon.
See, it makes it that much better when you meet the person.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he was so chill. Like he was like a regular. I know that this sounds stupid, but I don't know. Sometimes when you see really amazing artists, you just expect them to be like these godly creatures, but
Right.
he's just like a normal guy, and
Yeah.
he's really friendly. And I was like,
It's always
It's
all
awesome.
you always like. It's kind of like it's almost dangerous meeting your idols because like what if they're jerks? What if it like
yeah.
ruins it for you?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I remember Kelly telling stories about that, like meeting
Aw.
idols of hers, and they're just like not nice or whatever. Like,
Aw, that
like
sucks.
didn't like them as people.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you meet somebody who you idolize. Like I got to meet Gen Z, and she's really cool.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, but sometimes
Yeah.
I'm sure you can meet somebody who's a jerk.
Mhm. What about you?
James Jean.
Oh
You
yes,
saw his
obviously.
print.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, his work is amazing. I
Yeah.
remember a long time ago I saw one of his pieces and I was just like, this is my favorite artist. I love him.
Uh-huh.
It was the Crayon Eater one. I don't know if that's. Anyway, go on.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's like that intricacy in his illustrations, and you just like keep looking, and it gets weirder and weirder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
He has a lot of good like flow to everything. You know, it's really
Mhm.
comfortable to look at.
Yeah. You guys know like Mobius,
Yeah.
kind of is like that too.
Mhm.
It's like you could just like stare at those drawings forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who else? Yeah, I need to be more active on my art station for like following people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, there's like a bunch of names I don't know
I also
how to
end up
pronounce.
following all
I
these
know.
like Chinese artists who are just like
It's just
really,
like, I don't even know
really
what your name is.
talented at like
Yes.
rendering, and I'm just like, I don't.
Yeah.
Or like they'll have their name is just like in
It's
in
Chinese
Chinese,
characters,
yeah,
and
and
I'm
it's
just
like,
like, well, I don't even.
Yeah, there's a
But
bunch.
the stuff looks cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what's your art station? I'm gonna look at it.
Oh, I have nothing. I don't have any art on there. Like,
Oh.
I know. I made it like I mean, I guess it's a while ago now, but yeah, I never got around to uploading any art to it. But I used it to follow people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I always like getting follows from those empty profiles around.
But maybe that will be my new goal this year is to
Yeah.
upload art to ArtStation.
Definitely.
My goal is to start making new stuff.
Yeah, but there's like that artist who did stuff for Dishonored. It's like really dark looking.
Ooh.
You know?
Ah,
I don't
I'm
know
so
how
bad
to-
with names.
Yeah.
Bo really admired this guy.
Yeah, I think I
and
know who you're talking about.
He's got like some really cool. He's like really good at like graphical sort of like
Yeah.
edges, like shapes and stuff like that within. But at the same time, like it's like graphical design, and then like but the rendering is like got this quality to it.
Did
He's
he
really
bring
good.
in an art book that had that guy's work?
I think he
in it?
did.
Yeah,
I
I remember.
don't
looking
remember
at
the
that.
name.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
either.
Google it right now.
That kind of work always reminds me of J.C. Leyendecker.
Yeah.
Who's a huge inspiration for me.
Oh, yeah.
I
Leyendecker's-
love his work so much.
You look at those like the American illustrators of just like
Well, specifically him, what I like is that it's not just like rendered perfectly. What it is that like he puts in a stroke that define it. It looks like a stroke in and of itself. It doesn't look like perfectly rendered material of whatever it is, but like it describes like a million different things all in like one little thing. It's got like that graphic quality that you were sort of talking about. And I just we have it's the one good thing about my hometown. We have like a museum that has a bunch of his work in it, and seeing it up close and like looking at it is just like, wow, you're such a like master painter. I don't know, illustrator, whatever.
Just the way he captures so much energy and character. Yeah.
Some of his like he would do paintings of babies every New Year for the magazine that he worked on, and like they're so funny looking, and like they got these big cheeks and like these chubby arms, and it's just like he manages to make them look so like cartoony.
This guy, right?
And like
no, but I like his stuff too.
let me see.
Sergei
Kolosov.
Kolosov.
Yeah.
I wait. Is
That
this,
name sounds familiar.
Is this the same one that I'm thinking of?
I don't know.
Okay, this is the one I'm thinking of.
But
yeah.
his stuff was cool too. And when I was like in school,
Hella
I feel
cool.
like a lot of people were looking at his stuff. It's this. I just really don't want to say his name.
Oh, are
God.
you afraid of?
Is
I'll butcher it.
Okay.
Oop.
I don't even know where to start.
You don't want to say
Wait,
it
let me
either.
turn.
Piotr Jablonski.
Sure.
I don't know. How do you read that?
Oh God, I don't. Look at all those little symbols I don't recognize.
We're sorry, Piotr.
Truly, we are sorry.
Our dumb American tongues can't do it.
Yeah, we
But
can't
yeah,
wrap our
like-
mouths around it. Oh yeah, this
Wait,
is sick.
let me
This
see,
isn't-
so
this
I-
isn't who I
His
was
artwork
thinking of.
is like my soul.
Dude, it's awesome.
Oh, this guy, yeah.
It's so like artsy.
This is so Leyendecker. This?
Yeah.
Like maybe
Even
not the
just the
maybe not the
subject.
color palette, but like his values and like design and
Well, some of the color palette. I feel
Some-
like
yeah.
Leyendecker was
I
started
guess,
with
but
a
this
lot of
this
browns.
does look something that you started in grayscale and put like a gradient map on or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, this
Gradient
guy's
map.
also really cool.
Oh, I also really like Anton. Oh boy, how do you say his last name?
I thought his last name was Oh Boy.
Anton. Oh boy. Let me like look at his profile so I have the words in front of my face before I butcher it. Where is he? I've painted one of these things, right? He was really friendly to me a while back when I was still like working on my Hearthstone art. He like has this whole like Discord and like competition sort of thing set up where you draw like Hearthstone themed art, and like he brings somebody from the team to like look at it, and like pick like a top 5. Okay, Zemskov. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Anton Zemskov.
Anton? Wait, let me see.
Okay, he's just a really like cool guy, and he like, I don't know, he like also supported me in my Hearthstone endeavors, so I like his work a lot, and he's also just nice.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen
Very
this.
cool.
Yeah, he
But
does
yeah,
a lot
for
of
sure.
freelance stuff for them.
I mean, I can tell he's
He's got that
influenced
style.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely has. A lot of Hearthstone artists have though.
Oh,
I can't wait to be working with Charlene. Oh my god. It's gonna be so awesome. She's like so good.
I don't know if I know her work, but
Well, let me just
yeah.
let me just show you. You might recognize it. She did some of the stuff for what's it called? Wakfu?
I mean, I probably have seen it. Just like I said, names
Yeah.
bad with them.
Oh god, I don't know how to spell her last name. Ooh.
I always admire when people can just like rattle off names of like everybody that they are thinking of, like without a moment's hesitation. I'm like, how do you remember all those names? I can't remember names of people who I met.
There's also this, I don't know why I never mentioned him.
Here we go.
He, a Japanese artist who worked on, do you guys know like Secret of Mana or Legend of Mana?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, he did the character designs for, I think it was Legend of Mana. So, I think, like, I just love his work. It's the more like kind of pixie looking, cute little characters. I can't remember his first name. I think his last name is like Kameoka. But yeah, I love that stuff.
Yeah.
And
awesome.
I love like that pastel-y kind of like watercolored touch. Yeah.
Yeah, I like cutesy stuff a lot.
It's cool that in Japan, it's not cool that it doesn't happen here, but you can just be a character designer.
Yeah.
You can be a famous character designer.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen here. You're
No.
you're just concept artist.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to be a rock star. Like
I also wish that there was more appreciation for cutesy stuff here. Like,
yeah.
We don't have a lot of it to the same degree as Japan. And I
that
like cutesy
the thing
stuff,
that you
so.
said of like if it is cute,
If it
well,
can be
if it
cute,
can be cute,
why shouldn't
it be cute? Because like when we were in Japan, like we would point out things of just like it's just everything's cute because it can be.
Yeah.
Like we did we see like fucking like not traffic cones but like traffic construction dividers or whatever the fuck they're called, but they had like Hello Kitty on them or something like that. It's just like whatever, man. It's just like it's a there, so make it cute. Like whatever.
Yeah. There was
welcome
a
to
like
Japan.
a construction like
Ooh.
mascot character, and he was like chibi, and I was like,
Yeah.
this would never happen in America.
Like every
Never.
town has its own mascot, right?
Yeah. Or everything has its own mascot.
Yeah, just showing Josh that.
The Secrets of Mana character design stuff.
Yeah. I just love it. It's just so
It's scrolling down so you can scroll back up.
whimsical. It's whimsical. I like it.
Yeah.
And like the shape design.
Yeah, I love this stuff. That's one thing that because I've been trying to. Me and my friends have a dating sim that we're thinking about making. I'm really excited about it. I don't want to give away too much, but I've been trying to study more anime art because I want to bring that into the game. And one thing that I notice about anime art that I'm just like still learning how to do is that sometimes design and like graphic language and shape language and that being tasty is more important than like the realism of it.
Oh yeah.
And like I'm bad at that. I'm terrible at that because if something is like anatomically incorrect, I like default to like making it correct, even though sometimes it's better to just like make the design look good. And so that's something that I'm trying to learn. And like I'm studying a lot of like anime influenced stuff that I like, and it's been fun. And like I'm learning a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm struggling with it because anime is hard.
Yeah. As much as I love anime, I don't know if I could design good anime characters. You're right.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough to like try to get out of your comfort zone. Like
yeah.
Even like the last set of character designs I've been doing of like our D&D cast.
Mm-hmm.
It's like not my usual jam
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
style, and I mean it's not that far off from like realism. It's just like stylized a little bit.
Yeah,
But
it's
even
cute.
that's hard for me.
I remember seeing
Yeah.
a couple of them. I like them a lot. They're
Thanks.
turning out cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to paint them all. But.
Yeah, that's one thing that's kind of interesting. I feel like I don't know what my style is.
Yeah, I have the same problem,
Yeah,
and that's
me
the
neither.
problem. The problem of just working somewhere, and it's like
Yeah.
having to conform to the style of the job or whatever.
Exactly.
Like I've just lost sight of what I'm supposed. Where's my voice? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do I have one anymore?
It's funny because like I feel like if I saw work, if I knew you better, I could probably say this for you too. But like if I saw Karenka's painting in a like a lineup of some other artists, I could probably be like, yeah, that's Karenka, but I can't exactly tell you why. And you know, I feel like people could probably do that for me too, even though like I don't know why, I don't know what it is about like my style that makes it my style, you know?
Like even though I don't know what it is, like anymore, especially there is no way to not have it your style. Somehow something about it is just like yeah, that's you. Don't know why, but yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like, I don't know, the more that I try and learn from specific people, the more I'm like, I don't know what my style is exactly. Because it's definitely different than what it used to be, but I don't know.
I feel like I had a better grasp on it before I started working.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably true, just because you, like you were saying, you don't have to, like, follow any specific rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's probably always changing too, depending on
definitely
who you're looking at.
If I was just like the gates were open, I was allowed to do whatever I want, and like it'd still be different because I've changed.
Yeah. Working on this personal piece has been interesting because I don't like really know what I'm going for in it. Because whereas like when I'm working on work stuff, it's like I know what I'm supposed to be making. And I have an idea of what it's supposed to look like. Whereas this is just like, I can make it look however I want. So, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, and I've touched on this a little bit in other episodes, but I feel like this weird, like, mental thing that I do every time I paint, like, anything is that I have, well, maybe this is what, like, that weird imposter syndrome is. But, like, so I'll, like, start painting something, maybe it's, like, a character design or something, but then for some reason I'll just question myself and be like, oh, the way I'm painting this like doesn't look like a character design, or like, oh, it's like more like fine art kind of thing, and it's like that stuff shouldn't matter, and because that will hold me back to the point where I just don't do anything.
Yeah.
And it's like, what would happen if I just like let myself do it and like not try to like categorize it into something? And yeah,
I totally get that. Yeah, I totally understand that. I think something that I'm struggling with too when it comes to art is not knowing like where finish is.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I'll like try and keep things loose in certain areas because there's a lot of artists that do that I like, and then like I'll try and like tighten up in other areas, and like I end up fiddling with things that I shouldn't be, and like not rendering things enough that should be rendered more. I don't know. And I feel like that kind of ties into that.
Yeah.
Of like, I don't know what I should be doing exactly.
Yeah. And it's kind of like, you just gotta do it.
Yeah. Sometimes it does help to look at people that you like, though, and emulate that insofar that you've learned what you do like about it and bringing that in. But that's hard to do.
Yeah.
Art is hard.
Yeah.
Art is hard.
I think that's the subtitle
there
to this episode, or maybe this entire podcast.
No
Art is hard.
There's no right answers. There's
Subtitle to life.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What were we talking about? We were talking about artists, and we were talking about our art styles.
Oh yeah, and then things that we have trouble with.
Yeah.
Art. That's one thing that like I feel like people always ask in interviews. It's like, what's the thing that you struggle most with when it comes to art?
Yeah. And I answer everything.
Do you?
No. But I think colors. It's always colors for me.
Yeah, it's been that for me for a long time.
Yeah.
They like didn't teach it very well in college.
Yeah. less so for me probably. I don't know. It's just I'm too much in the habit of grayscale to color. It's a terrible habit to be in.
Sometimes it's nice to. This at least helped me a lot because one of the things that Mark told me when he was like, "Look, if you want to work on Hearthstone, you gotta like get better at painting," and he's like, "Just go out and like paint shit."
Yeah.
And one thing that JJ taught me that I've never forgotten is don't grab color from the canvas. Bring your own color in every single time. Like, select your own color. I know it's not the same as like mixing a color, but the thing that it'll do is that it'll make you understand how colors work in relation to one another.
Instead of color picking all the time?
Yeah, instead of just grabbing. You gotta like choose your own. And then like if it's the wrong color, just like pick a different one. And then you'll like understand how colors desaturate and become other colors and how it changes based on what is like around it.
Yeah, because a color is never just the color. It's what it's next to and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Desaturation is just like something that I always forget. No, it's not that I always forget. It's just like I'm like, this isn't working. Oh, it's because everything's too saturated.
Yeah.
You throw in a it's all warm, right? And you're just like, it needs to be cool.
But if you put in like a blue,
yeah,
it like
doesn't
looks
work.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just take that saturation down. That's all you need.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. It's you know how sometimes you just like put something down and you're like, fuck, that was it. It's like, ooh, that looks so. Ooh, it looks so good. And you're like, how did I do that?
Yeah, I had a teacher who
I need to be
talked
better
about...
at doing that on purpose.
I had a teacher who talked about like the importance of grays.
Yeah, they are important. And it's funny too because I'm moving into this style because Hearthstone does it. That's like just saturated everything.
Yeah. Right. It's tough to like figure out like how to make that work. Yeah.
And it's funny because like my personal piece that I'm working on right now is literally just like all gray. And I think it's just because I needed an eye break.
Yeah, no kidding. After a while, the color can get kind of like, I don't know. It's definitely like big difference in like working Game of War stuff and then going to Final Fantasy. Like they treat color really differently.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things. Since now I do like outsource sort of management. Like there's just like such a within the same like outsourcer, they'll have like a range of artists who do things really differently.
Yeah, I bet.
Some of them don't know how to use color.
Yeah. Well, color's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Critiquing them teaches me quite a bit too, I think, too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet it does.
But it's all imposter syndrome. What right do I have?
Yeah, I feel that. Dude, that's my first like few months.
Yeah.
On Team 5 is gonna be terrible. I'm sure I'm gonna feel that way every single day.
Yeah.
Just like,
well, you're gonna have that feeling of getting there and like, this is something we talked about in our last recording, which you haven't heard yet. But like, you get somewhere where everyone's been there, and you're stressed to like play catch up, right? And you're like, I have to get to this level and stuff like that. And I had the same thing when I got to Machine Zone, and everyone was like doing cool work, and Harris is there, and Frankie's there, and I'm like, shit, I gotta get better. Yeah.
Yeah. I had that at Machine Zone for sure.
Yeah. It all works out. You think we can wrap it up?
Yeah. Okay.
We'll just have a super cut of all your insults of me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just put that at the end of the episode, so it's bonus content.
Yeah, or just have it as the opening stinger.
There you go. CARRENCA, you suck.
Use that clip.
All right.
Okay, well, Fortune, thanks for coming on and chatting with us.
Yes, this was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Maybe one day we'll have you on again.
Yeah, totally.
To keep updated with your stories.
It'll be like, yes, well, I never got better.
No.
They fired me.
No. Nah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Is there an outro?
There should be. What do we usually
Nah.
say? Oh, I guess we usually say.
Is there anything you would like to plug?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I have an art station.
We'll link it.
I have an Instagram.
We'll link that too.
Uh,
It'll all be below if you go to our website.
I also have a Lolita fashion Instagram.
Do you want us to plug that there?
If anyone's interested, I
Yeah.
guess.
No, we'll definitely include that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess those are my online spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Check out her stuff. It's all good.
Yes.
It is what it is.
Okay. And yeah, if you have, any questions you want us to answer or things you want us to talk about, feel free to email at us at cadmiumdread@gmail.com.
Yep. Or look us up, Cadmium Dread, on Facebook and Instagram. Stay updated.
And, keep it up.
New
Because art is hard.
Sorry, new episodes every other Thursday.
And, until next time. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.